It's not uncommon for states to start with a targeted industry and then expand the requirements to other sectors later on. California and Washington and Oregon all did this by focusing on healthcare first. And so there have been mandates, legislative mandates in place for several years for the healthcare industry because they run such a high risk of coming into a place where violence might be part of what's happening to them in the execution of their duties. And actually, New York already has a law requiring public employers to have a workplace violence prevention policy in place. So while the focus now is on the private sector and within retail, I wouldn't be surprised if this legislation or amendments to the legislation broaden the scope to hospitality, healthcare, or other high contact or high risk industries. What we know from history over the last decade or so is that as California goes, as New York goes, it's not long before Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oregon, Washington, all of these other states are going to fall into line here. Texas, I would even throw in there as well. I think this is just part of the evolving conversation around workplace violence prevention, awareness and prevention, and intervention. It's a good development. Really, I think what's powerful about that is as we have that conversation more and more, people become more comfortable thinking about a scary thing. Interpersonal violence is a very corrosive experience. People generally don't want to think about it. But as we talk about it in a way that's respectful and safe, then we can really get our arms around that. And frankly, I think we can start pushing prevention upstream further and further to get in front of this issue long before things, well, hopefully we can avert, real tragedies, which, are happening every year in our workplaces.